The story.
A two-day symposium on aid effectiveness and health systems development highlighting management of transition from humanitarian to development aid in post-conflict society has started in Kampala.
As you know, Uganda is having many refugees, but also we've had our own conflicts to manage. We still have many people who still live not in their homes because of civil strifes. So as this conference is here to try and see how we can help government but also communities to quickly move from the situation of being helped to settle as the problem is sorted, but also back to being functional communities and having a livelihood.
Delegates attending hail from various countries including Sudan, Congo, United Kingdom, Kenya and Sierra Leone.
Over the next 5 years, the UK government remains committed to continue to work with the government of Uganda and all of its partners to turn these global commitments into reality. So I'm going to end by wishing you all a very productive symposium and emphasising the perennial challenge of matching high-quality discussion and dialogue with transformative implementation in the field. Thank you.
For Uganda, its result focused on the refugee crisis and refugee host communities.
We are now talking of a comprehensive refugee response framework where we are saying everyone on board must come together and we work together.
Panel discussions will focus on the role of non-state actors in building and strengthening health systems during and after conflict. John Barnes, Sentamo, reporting.
Well, thank you, John Barnes, Sentamo, for that report. And as we have seen, the efforts made towards making sure that the people who have been in war-torn areas and perhaps refugees have a life after the demise of these happenings to them. Now, normally we have a challenge of making people rehabilitate back into community and be productive. Again, to my guests today, as I said earlier, that you must have lived long enough to see a lot of happenings. You must have heard about the couple of wars that were not wars, but rebel groups, refugees. Most of the times, the aftermath is the worst, the post problem. And today we have seen the efforts of civil society to make sure people get some aid to move on with lives. What would you say about the event of how should people who have been post-war-torn areas move on?
They should be given reassurance. You know, we have a problem. People think that insecurity is the absence of war. Insecurity is not about the absence of war alone. Security means peace at all times, including absence of gunfire. Now, when people go out of the war situation, they need a lot of reassurance. For example, when we talk about the people post-war resolution, we mostly look at northern Uganda, and yet the impact was almost everywhere in the country. We see that people who ran away from northern Uganda actually came down south where they were hosted and helped. In Mbale, where I come from, we had a lot of people who ran away from Gulu, from Lira, downward to where I come from. In Kampala, Kampala was a collection center. So all of us must be considered that we all gave a contribution towards that. But again, Felix, look, when we are talking about these things, even what happened in Gulu, in Arua the other day, what is actually happening in Gulu